So my name is Naveen, and I'm from Ireland, and I'm a ninth semester student right now. I've just got into ninth semester. The first feelings I had, which was a bit of a I was a bit worried when I first came here. Right? Well, not when I first came here, but when I first came to clinicals, I was like, "Oh, this is completely new. I didn't even know where it was." Right? It was pretty far, and then, that's a thing that I feel like a lot of people who newly come worry about. Even my friends who are in younger semesters, they worried about, oh, what do I do? What is this? What is that? They don't know. But the feeling I had after the first day, after meeting all these patients, especially because we went on rounds, right? We learned for like the first half an hour because in university it's just learning, 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 right? We learned for the first half an hour, then we just went on rounds and rounds and rounds, and like time just flies. And that's the first experience I had. It was quite enjoyable, but a bit nerve wracking. And yeah, well, I don't just say one; I say a couple, right? So the first patient interaction that's deeply touched me wasn't even a patient interaction. It was like I attended a surgery with a professor, and this was a nasal septal defect surgery, and it was a small surgery. But I'll be honest, right? When I first went in, my friend said it was going to be 15 minutes. It ended up being 4 hours. I didn't eat any food and no water. It was early in the morning, and I was like fainting, but not fainting, but kind of shaky. But when I went in and I started the surgery, it just felt like, wow, this is for me. Like I quite enjoyed it. I just lost everything. I was just so focused on it that time just flew by. Like I remember that I just glanced outside towards the side, and my friends were sitting there tired, and I'm like, bro, I'm just chilling. I haven't even sat down at all, and it was quite enjoyable. And that was the first time that I was like, damn, because in university you don't really feel you're just studying. It just feels like school. But then when you're out in the field and you actually see these patients and you're responsible for these patients, that's when you realize that damn, that's really important. And it's good to also realize that surgeries, they're a bit different from when you see it in a book. It's not just oh, you know what to do. You need to manage your nerves, make sure you're not shaking, especially for something as delicate as a nose, and realize that yeah, it won't be just 15 minutes, it'll be 4 hours. And another patient interaction that is quite funny, but I like, right, is when I was in cardio, there was this patient, and he knew English, and he travels a lot, right? And I was doing it with a couple of my colleagues there, and when we asked a lot of questions, right, he was like, "Oh, I'm great. I traveled the world. I traveled this. I traveled that." So that's what we wrote down. And then our teacher came in. She was like, "Oh, did he tell you about how he's a drug addict?" And I'm like, "No." And she was like, "Oh, he lied everything, right?" I'm like, "Wow." So what's the point of this? But that taught me that it's not just about patient history, but you just need to look at the patient. Sometimes they may be flexing or trying to look cool, but then you won't be able to diagnose it. And I'm like, yeah, you need to be that observant of these things. And those really shaped how I see clinicals. It's fun as well, I'll be honest. You just come, you just chill in a random different place. And I haven't been to Chronicles in a while, and that's kind of the fun of it. You just explore Georgia, Tbilisi, you know? So yeah,